Hi, this is Dawn Aziz with Organization and Employee Development in Human Resources. This is a video for staff to see how they could go ahead and schedule a touchpoint conversation with their manager. The reason why is you may have regular one-on-ones scheduled, and using the agenda tools that are available to you in Cornerstone could allow you to have some thought starter prompts for things that you might want to be sure to talk about, but also, most importantly, a place to document your notes together. And then you have a historical reference of discussions, decisions, next steps that you can always reference every time you talk together. It's really helpful as you particularly keep achieving your goals and you have that kind of information to reference on an ongoing basis. But it also is helpful when you get ready for formal feedback times at the mid-year and at the end of the performance year. So to go ahead and it's going to be called schedule a touch point, but you're not actually creating an Outlook invitation on someone's calendar. You would just come to your navigation menu, the far right, three lines, horizontal lines, go to performance, go to touch points. You're going to schedule it, but really you're going to just take notes on it. You're going to mostly document it. And here you'll see things like prior checkpoints that you've already scheduled or had. And it gives you kind of a menu of activity so far on this discussion. You can create a new check-in. It's always going to be one with your manager. You won't be able to do this peer to peer. And after you select your manager, continue. And here you have three options to choose from. You're likely only going to be picking from two. You're going to be picking either it's a regular one-on-one conversation. We always have regular touch points, or it's one that focuses in on professional development. The third option is really for leaders to use. I'm sure not in your case, where they're talking with staff about times when things aren't achieved as hoped and an opportunity to troubleshoot and offer support. Let's take a look at the two that you might be working with. You might be working with a regular one-on-one, in which case, when I click on details, I can see a little bit of a description. And as I scroll down on this far right scroll bar, I can see that there's some standard topics that might offer me prompts for thinking about things to discuss, but also offer me a place to write notes. A general opener, and then a discussion about what you're currently working on, a discussion on your progress and any barriers that's blocking your ability to succeed, and how your manager might be able to support you in moving forward. And then finally, one or two things for immediate action or next steps. And if you were choosing this template, you would choose this template. But I'm going to say no. Actually, after reading that, I really want to look at the next one, which is about professional development. I click on details. Again, I see an overall description of it, and I see some headers of topics that prompt my thinking for aspects that I want to be sure to discuss. I'm beginning with the items that I really want to learn and why, or things that I really would like to share as my strengths with others. But if it's what I want to learn, I'm going to continue to think about who might exist at Wayne State to help me. And are there other learning resources, more formal learning resources to obtain that knowledge available? Maybe Accelerate's one, maybe there's others. A place to discuss how the progress on your professional development plan is coming along, any supports, any things that are hindering you from achieving success, and where you might ask for support from your manager. And then one or two things for next steps. So you would choose one of those two templates with choose this template. And when you do, you see that it's a manager with you and your boss. You confirm that you picked the right template. And you say, we're actually scheduled to talk more about this on Friday. So I'm just going to pick a date. And on that date, I will see this touch point exist. And it's an opportunity to jot down notes in collaboration or shared agreements. We both discussed, I have a fascination with learning how to do pivot tables in Excel, and I jot that down. And it's a place for me, these would be my initials, to say, I want to be sure to discuss the fact that um, it relates to this goal, whatever notes I want to talk about. I have a place to jot down my notes. One thing to keep in mind here, my notes are not private. And so I want to be conscious of whatever I type here is viewable by my manager. But in a way that's good because this is our shared discussion, our shared decisions, our shared next steps that we both can refer to throughout the year and come back to. So it's good that it's visible. A cool thing when I'm here is I can refer to my performance goals. And so I can see my goals here. Um, I see, I want to view them as myself as a staff member, and I can relate to my goals right here on one screen together, or edit them on the spot because of our discussion. I also can see anything that I want to take action on as a follow-up or any discussions about follow-ups that we've had in the past. To make a follow-up, I'm going to take action on it. I highlight the text and I hit the check mark. And then I'm going to come down to follow-ups and I'm going to have a list of our agreed upon next steps already noted here. And when it's completed, I can come over, I can check it. I can come over and check all the things that have already been done listed here. My next meeting, when we first come back together, could be a great opportunity to refer to those follow-ups first and then start the regularly scheduled event with your agenda template and your thought starter questions. And so touch points give you a place to just kind of keep track of all your notes of to-dos, discussions, decisions, next steps, etc. When I went to this menu in my far left, check-in menu, I saw that this is the third check-in with my manager. Gosh, you've been busy over 2 days. And I would be able to click on any one of them to go in and actually see the notes that we took and have that as my historical record. I hope this is helpful as a tool that might support you in using Cornerstone on an ongoing basis in supporting your goals and really having a place to have a robust conversation with your leader and a source of record for ongoing reference to document it. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to your HR consultant. That's why they're there, is to help make sure that you're successful. Thank you for taking time to view this.